but then life just hit me. Like, you know the saying, when life hits you, it hits you hard. So I've been going through life, y'all.
Grab a cup if you're not saucy. Acting shy, baby, don't bore me. Switch your vibe if you're not naughty. Bring your friend, there's enough for me.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Hannah. I'm a BSN RN, and on this channel we talk about nursing, home decor, lifestyle, and everything else in between. If you are a first-time viewer on this channel, I want to say welcome and thanks for stopping by. Go ahead and hit that notification bell and subscription button so that you will be alerted whenever I post a new content. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you for sticking around with me. Also go ahead and hit that bell notification so you will always be alerted as well. I know it's been a while since, sorry guys, the lighting here today is really bad. So today I literally just had to do a video because I recorded a video a couple of weeks ago, but it came out really bad. So I was like, I'm gonna re-record, but then life just hit me. Like, you know the saying, when life hits you, it hits you hard. So I've been going through life, y'all. So that's why it's been taking me so long to bring this video to you. If you follow me on social media, you know that I was in a hit and run accident. Thankfully, nothing major happened to me. So yeah, that's really has just been taking up my time, like just trying to, like, you know, do everything that I need to do just to get back on my feet. So again, sorry for the delay, but today, as promised, I am back with another video. And into this video, I am fulfilling my promise that I made, that I was gonna, you know, post a video highlighting my home buying process and my experiences, the tips and tricks that I learned. And I'm more than happy to be sharing this with you today, because I feel like, hey, whatever you go through, it might help somebody else out there, which is like the sole purpose of this channel. Okay, all right, so without any further ado, let's get into the video. So like I said, I'm just gonna be highlighting some of the experiences that I went through with buying my home, and I have some tips for you that I feel like everybody who is thinking or is already in the process of buying a home should be doing. Okay?
Disclaimer, please do not use any of these information in here in replacement to a professional or an expert advice. These were my personal experiences and things that I learned along the way. Take them as a guide while you're doing your own research. Okay, guys? Let's get into the video.
Guys, I realized, like, I talk a lot. So, yeah. See what I mean? So I went ahead and jotted down a few things so that I don't forget anything. But if in the case I do forget, or you feel like I didn't mention something that you wanted to hear more about, just go ahead and comment down below in my next video. Or maybe I would just go ahead and make another video just answering whatever questions you guys have, okay? So let's get into it. First, I'm going to give you like the list to follow, or you should at least be following when you are in the process of getting your home. Number one on that list is credit. I can't stress this enough. Credit is important when it comes to buying your home, because your credit is going to determine how much money you get to borrow. Your credit is going to determine how much home you can buy. Your credit is going to determine your interest rate. So credit, when I tell you credit is important, credit is important. You should be checking your credit. You can use Credit Karma. That is the most common that I see people use. That's what I use to check my credit. Even though it may not be 100% accurate, but it will give you like an idea of where you are. Just make sure that everything on your credit is accurate. And if there's some inaccuracy, you want to make sure you're disputing that to the credit bureaus. I believe it's Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. Once your credit is all checked out and you feel like you're in a position to actually start your home process, you want to go ahead, number two, and decide on the use of the home. I say this because this is going to cut down on a lot of nonsense. It's going to help you making the next few decisions on deciding the type of home that you want. It's going to help you in deciding your budget. So once you decide on the use of the home, for example, if you're getting a home for residential use, you're getting a home for a business, like you want to start an Airbnb or you want to start your own assisted living, once you've decided what you're going to be using the home for, you want to go ahead, number 3, and decide on the type of home. Okay, deciding on what you're getting a home for is going to help you in that, because for example, if you're getting a home for rental property, you might want to consider getting a duplex, okay? Or you want to consider getting a multi-family home, because then you can rent both sides. Or if you're planning on getting a residential, then you might think about getting a townhouse, depending on the size of your family, or a single family house, just depending on what you prefer, okay? Number 4, once you've got your credit checked out, you've decided on the use of the home and the type of home you want to go ahead and set a budget. I cannot stress this enough. Set a budget. This will save you from a lot of indecisiveness, and this will save you from like realtors trying to like pressure you into going above what you can afford, okay? Because I know in my case, my first realtor that I had to fire, yes, you heard that right, I literally in the middle of my process had to fire this guy because he just kept like trying to pressure me. I mean, I understand like in the market then there was a lot of potential buyers on the market, but it wasn't a lot of homes. So of course sellers, it was a seller market, so sellers was like charging these ridiculous prices for this home that wasn't even worth it. And then these buyers, just to get a house, they were offering like 20, 30, 40, 90, $100,000 over asking price just to get a house that wasn't even worth the price, to be honest. So he just kept pressuring me into making like offers like $20,000 to $30,000 over my budget. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. Like at the end of the day, it's me. I'm gonna be the one, like once everything is said and done and you're no longer in my life, I'm gonna be the one paying this mortgage. I'm gonna be stuck with this mortgage. So you can't tell me how much I can afford, because that was his thing. Oh, $20,000, $30,000 is only gonna make about like $20 increase in your mortgage every month. Yeah, that's $20 that can go towards something else. Okay, so don't let them like pressure you, and setting a budget is gonna prevent that. Number 5, once you've set your budget, you want to go ahead and start researching lenders. There are a lot of lenders out there, y'all. A lot. You can choose to go with like a traditional bank, a credit union, a mortgage broker. There's a lot of ways you can finance your home. You just want to do your research and make sure that, you know, you're picking the one that best suits your situation and your financial situation. And you're not making this decision based on anybody else's, okay? And then like things you want to keep in mind when you're looking for lenders, you want to like ask them about like interest rates, PMIs, because I know for a lot of like first-time home buyers, especially if you choose to go with the first-time home buyers mortgage, you're gonna have PMI. So your PMI is your mortgage insurance, okay? So like especially if you go with like the first-time home buyers program, you're gonna have a mortgage insurance. This is just to like ensure the lender, like in a case and something with the happening, you couldn't pay your mortgage, like, you know, they'll be covered. Pretty much, whether it be through like repossession or whatever the case may be. So this pretty much is a fee that you pay for a certain amount of years until your mortgage can, like, I guess, mature, for lack of a better word. So yeah, you want to be asking them about that. You want to ask them about their interest rates. Depending on what market you're in or like what lenders you're working with, sometimes lenders have programs where it's like you can lock your interest rate in. So let's say you're looking down, but you're not quite ready to, you know, start the process, but you know, like in the future or by the time you're ready, interest rates might go up. And right now you have a really good interest rate that you may want to keep. You can ask them to see if there's any way you can lock those rates in. once again, there are like pros and cons to that. The pros would be you might end up having a lower rate if the rates were to go up. But then the con is also the opposite of that. Like, let's say you lock in a rate of 3%, and then something crazy happened to the market where mortgage rates are ridiculously low, and people are getting rates like 1.5 or like 2. Now you're stuck with a 3% when you could have, you know, possibly gotten anything lower than that. So you just want to watch the market and make your decision based on you and what you feel comfortable with. Also, when you're researching lenders, you want to be asking them about the type of mortgage loan program that they offer. Most lenders have all of the options available, like the FHA loans, the conventional. What is the one that the military people use? You want to be asking them about it. You know, all of this thing is just going to make you make that informed decision of whatever, you know, what works best for you. So once you've done doing that and you've comparing rates, and I forgot to say, when you're looking for lenders, you want to make sure you have at least 2 to 3 lenders that you're comparing, because you want to get the best rates. You want to get the best interest. You want to get the best mortgage, of course. So you want to have at least 2 to 3 lenders that you can compare and contrast to, you know, pick the best one for you. You don't want to just have one, because God forbid, those people can like literally do as they please, or like God forbid something were to happen with them and then the mortgage fall through, and then now you have to start the process all over again. But if you go ahead and do yourself the due diligence ahead of time, you already have something else to fall back on. So once you have your lender, you want to go ahead and get pre-approved. Pre-approval is very, 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 very important, because this shows the seller that you're serious. This shows the seller that you're not in the market to waste time, because like looking for houses and making offers without a pre-approval letter, it's just like going to the mall to shopping with no money. Like, pretty much. This letter is literally your only way of showing the seller, like, I'm serious, like, I like your house and I'm serious about it and I want it. So once sellers see the pre-approval, first of all, the pre-approval is gonna like tells you how much money you're gonna be approved for, how much house you can afford. So if you're in the market for a house and you're looking for a $350,000 house, but you're only pre-approved for $250,000, that might tell you to, you know, bring down your search criteria, like revisit your priorities in what you are looking for in that home to kind of bring down the price a little. So now that like the pre-approval is gonna ensure the seller that you're serious, it's also gonna guide you on how much house you should be looking to purchase. Okay. Once you got your pre-approval, you want to go ahead and start looking for a realtor. You don't have to wait to get a pre-approval to get a realtor. You can get it before. If you do get a realtor before you get your pre-approval, they might even help you through the process of getting pre-approved. So, and people might say, well, I don't need a realtor because I can. Listen, you need one. You need one, because there are things that they know that you don't know, especially if it's your first time. That's the way it's a lot that goes into like buying a home, especially like the behind the scene work, like signing documents, working with the title company, making offer letters. It's a whole lot that goes into it, and you're gonna be way too busy anyways trying to provide documentation to the banks for you to be even bothered with all the other behind the scene work. So just go ahead, do yourself a favor and get a realtor. Just make sure you're getting a good one, because I didn't have such a great experience with my first realtor that I had to fire him. Because like I said, he was pressuring me to do things that I didn't feel comfortable, wasn't, you know, the best for me. So just be mindful. Your realtor should be doing research on the property that you want to look at or you're interested in potentially purchasing. They should be telling you information about the neighborhood, like crime rate, schools, grocery stores, and all of that. They should be telling you those information. My realtor like did his due diligence. When I tell you this man was literally like a heaven sent. Like he took his time. He was very professional, and he was also a father. Like he did everything for me like a father would do for their child. So I'm gonna link his information below if anybody wants to use him. Like he's awesome. Like I would not recommend him if I had a bad experience with him. Okay. Number 7, you want to start looking for your home, guys. This is like the most exciting part of the process, because this time you actually get to go out, look at houses, go to different houses, look at things that you like and don't like about the home, and get to make decisions. Like, this is exciting. But exciting as this can be, you want to keep in mind to always do the most important things first. Like, when you're looking at a home, you want to make sure you're looking at the important things in the home, okay? You don't want to buy a house and then 2, 3, 4 months down the line, something major happened that's going to cost you thousands of dollars to get it repaired. Yeah, so you want to be looking at the air conditioning unit. You want to be looking at the heating unit. You want to look at the dishwasher. Like, all your major appliances, you want to be looking at them, making sure they're in good working condition, okay? And if they're not, you can talk to like, if you really like the property, your realtor and the seller can come up with a deal where they can agree to fix it before you get it, or like, go down on the price and then you can fix it yourself. But just make sure you're doing that. Like, for me, when I got my house, and I got my inspector to come inspect the house, from the jump, they told me the air conditioning unit might need to be replaced later on down the line. So that was something that I already knew about, that I knew if I was going to get the house, like, that's something that I had to start preparing for, okay? Unfortunately for me, on the day of closing, the air conditioner went out. Like, it went out. Like, we came to the house to sign the paperwork. I was just glad that we did the signing at the house, because if I had went to the title company to do the signing, I would have walked into the home with no air conditioning, and then I would have been stuck with it. Even though I decided to move forward with signing the paper and getting a home because I really liked the home, I was able to come up with an agreement with the seller where they contributed some money to getting a new air conditioning for the house. So those are things you want to be looking for, okay? I forgot what number I'm on, because like I said, I talk a lot, y'all. So once you find a home that you like, that you fall in love with, and you decide this is the home for you and your family, and you want to get it, you want to go ahead and tell your realtor. First of all, they're already going to know, because they're going to see the excitement on your face. And then they can go ahead and do the offer letter for you. And you can turn it in to the seller and to the bank, so they're aware that you found the house. In your offer letter, always make sure that your realtor is not taking out inspection. I'm gonna say that again. Make sure in your offer letter you are not waiving your rights to a home inspection. Okay? I can't stress that enough. Home inspection is so important when you're buying a home. Just because, like I said previously, you don't want to buy a house and then find out 2-3 months down the line the foundation is fucked up, and then I'm sorry. But yeah, you don't want to buy a house and then 2-3 months down the line you find out the foundation is completely crap and you pretty much got a lemon. If you're buying a car, they will say you got a lemon. So you don't want to get a lemon. You want to make sure that whatever house you're buying is in good condition, okay? Because you're going to be staying here for years, and you don't want to buy a house and already starting out with an expense. No. So make sure you get a home inspection done. If there's anything that you want to keep in your offer letter, it's a home inspection, okay? Like for my home inspections, like I said, buying this home was literally a blessing. So the house was placed on the market for like on a Thursday. We looked at it that next day, and then the house was to go on open house. We're supposed to have an open house for the house that same Saturday. So I looked at the house on Thursday. I told my realtor, like, this is it. I want it. And the house was due for an open house on Saturday. So he was like, listen, if you want this house, we're going to have to go ahead and, like, get started on the offer letter right away, because we're trying to prevent them from going to open house. Because if they do go to open house, you're going to have a lot more competition, and you're going to have a lot more people who may be offering more, so to prevent that, he was like, let's just go ahead and send your offer letter in. Once again, he went to work. He did his due diligence. He looked like in the neighborhood to see what houses were selling for. He compared the prices. Like there was a house in the neighborhood that sold like a month before my house. He looked at how much that house was sold for and like the amount of like renovations or how recent the renovations in that home was. So he did that, and then he came back. He was like, hey, they're asking such and such for this. You can offer like $5K. The most I will offer is $5K above this price, because this house that was just sold a month ago sold for this price. So I wouldn't go above anything for this house. I wouldn't go above that selling price for that house for this house. I don't know if you guys understand what I'm saying. But so I was like, okay, let's do it. And then he was like, if you just want to go in here and make your offer a little bit more stronger, because there's going to be multiple offers, you can go in here and offer like extra money, like on the side for the seller. So that way, because sellers are always looking for more ways to make profit. So if you're offering, whenever you offer more money, they will more likely go with your offer. So I was like, all right, cool, let's do it. So we made our offer, and the next day it was accepted. I was like, yes, guys. I was ecstatic because I walked in this house and right away, like, I fell in love. Like, I literally fell in love with the house, and I really wanted it. So I was excited. Your girl was excited, y'all. But yeah, so once you make your offer and your offer get accepted, you want to go ahead and start the process with your bank. Your bank will already be aware or notified, but in case they're not, you want to go ahead and notify them that you made an offer and it was accepted, and then the real process start, guys. That's just everything that I just went over. That was just step one. Okay, step one. And then step two is your approval process. So you had your pre-approval where you found your lender, you went over the mortgage, the interest rate, and all of that ahead of time, and you got how much money they were going to lend you. You went ahead based on that and got your home. And then step two is the actual approval process. Okay, you may ask why they do a pre-approval and an approval. Well, the pre-approval is just like, it's just a glance of a possible borrower. Okay, so let's say you're buying a house, so they're pretty much scanning over your financial stuff like really quickly, just to kind of determine where you are. And then the approval process, they actually take their time, like literally they would take their time and verify all documentation that you submitted to them during the pre-approval process. So your income, your job, everything is gonna be verified. Your previous addresses, they're all gonna be verified. Okay, so to save yourself some time and some embarrassment, you want to make sure that you're very honest and transparent in the beginning. You don't want to lie about anything. You want to make sure whatever money that you have in your bank account it all either came from you saving directly from your paychecks, or you can show proof that if it's money that was like given to you as a gift, you can show proof that it was gifted to you. The reason for this is because they want to make sure that you're getting ready to make the biggest purchase of your life. They want to make sure you can afford it. Okay, nobody's gonna give you $200,000, $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 loan, and there's no way of knowing that you're gonna be able to pay this money back. So that's the whole purpose of the approval process. And just brace yourself, because when I tell you they're gonna be in your business, they're gonna be in your business. Like stuff you don't even know about or stuff you have forgotten about is gonna come up. I say this because like the bank account that I was using, I had forgotten a while ago. Like me and my ex had opened that account together. But of course we're no longer together, and I don't even think about it, and I didn't even think like his name was still on it. Like, yeah, they told me like, oh, they like literally my loan was approved and everything, and then it was like, by the way, your ex's name is still on this account and we need verification. Like he's not, So luckily for me, I was able to like get it straightened out before my closing date. So you just want to make sure everything is good on your end, and the process will go smoothly for you. Okay. And I believe that's everything I went over. Guys, just remember when you're going through this process, especially during your approval time. So from the day you get pre-approved till the day you close on your home, you want to make sure you stay the same. And I say this in terms of like your credit and your income, because you don't want to make any drastic changes to you. If you're making any changes, it should be positive changes. Like, okay, for example, if your credit score is going to change, you better hope and pray it's changing for the good, or your credit score is going up. Or like if you're making a change in your income, hope and pray like it's a salary increase. Just be mindful try not to change jobs in the process of getting a home, because then it's just gonna delay the process, because once you change your job, they have to do the whole like employment re-verification process all over again. So you just want to make sure you are stable from start to end. You want to make sure you're not making any major credit card purchases. You want to make sure your debt to income ratio stays the same or it lowers, if anything, while you're going through the process. Yeah, so that's the most important things that I felt like I needed to talk about. If there's anything you guys feel like I missed or that I didn't talk about, comment down below and I will make another video, or I will just answer in next week's video and just answer those questions for you. But good luck to you on this journey. Whenever you decide to start, good luck. It's an exciting time of your life. It's a very it's a proud moment, and you should be proud and you should be excited. So yeah, good luck to you, and I am so glad that I was able to bring this video to you. Hopefully it helps somebody, okay?
Go down. Spells. Grab a cup if you're not saucy. Acting shy, baby, don't bore me. Switch your vibe if you're not naughty. Bring your